this week's video, we've got a tip coming up. Little one that's just come in, which we'll be going on a little bit more about that. If you've bought a hitch cover, if you've already purchased one of the hitch covers, and you should have had it all through by now, I think everyone that had bought would got those sent out. So if you've had one of those come through, let us know in the comments what you think, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Admit when I'm wrong. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that I'm wrong. I'm just saying that I didn't want to buy that Caravan. Back onto the hitch covers, if you put any pictures on social media or anything, tag us so we can see and like your posts as well. So picked up a little bit. I think last week we'd said it had gone a little bit funny, a little bit quieter since sort of we've got into March, which normally we sort of, after the NEC, it picks up and things start really going, and it just hadn't really done that, but it started to pick back up again. I was a bit sad, the one in the workshop, the Pegasus in the workshop, I was a bit annoyed about that. One thing that I really hate is once we've sold the van, we'll agree a date for sort of you to come and pick that up, and I think last week, because of the snow and everything, we'd got a part for the heater on order, and it didn't come through, so we had to put that off, unfortunately, and I hate doing that. But on the other hand, I'd rather wait and put somebody off and potentially upset them, rather than send something out that we're going to have problems with, and we knew that there was an issue with it. You might have saw last week the trying to figure these beds out. The issue that we had was that the little bars, Jason had said on the phone, the little bars weren't there. If I have the camera a minute, I fixed them just after we come off the video last week. See these little bars, I've got it in my hand, and without that bar you can't move. I'll give you the camera back. You can't move that seat forwards and backwards, and I couldn't move that seat around. So now I think I know what I'm doing. I think so. We have to do that. I think that we then, I've just now got to try and find the other handle, swing that around. I think I've got it. And then that goes as far back as it can. Take that headrest out. And that goes there. I've cracked it. Let me test it, let me see how comfortable that would be. You'd have to have your feet down that end, wouldn't you? That's better. So that would then sit in there. Actually, just that, to be fair, would make a decent double bed, that way. Oh, I had an interesting email earlier. I've been putting off saying anything, because I didn't want to jinx it, but it's taking that long, I may as well just say something. We're trying to take on another sale site, so hopefully sometime this year, God knows when. It's taking, I'm very impatient, I think, is what my problem is, isn't it? But we're hoping to open up another sale site.
We're finished in here now.
Yeah, we've had enough of that now.
Thank
We're done.
for that.
That's how the beds work anyway.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, fingers crossed, we are going to be opening another sale site. So at the moment, we've started to fill up the workshop on Friday, the off-site workshop. We started to put a few vans into there. We've just got the one Bailey Genoa over there. That's going to be, someone's been having a party in here or something. I don't know what's been going on. That one's going to be going over to the workshop to hopefully, nice van this is, isn't it? Can't believe this hasn't gone yet, to be fair, although it's not been in very long. So yeah, we're just sort of starting to stock up ready. If you've been down to visit us here at the Wolverhampton depot, we're calling it the Wolverhampton depot now. Look at that.
We're calling it a depot and not a branch.
Okay, the branch. I don't know. At the Wolverhampton branch. You might have met our new sales girl, Lisa. So she is doing a training now, ready so that when we open the new branch, she'll go over there and she'll be sort of looking after things over there. So it's all exciting at the minute, but it's just all these legal matters. They take so long, don't they? We don't need to see anything up there. I think we looked at all those ones last time. So yeah, exciting. Let's have a look in this 6-berth. We've just bought the other one that we did on Friday's video. Was very similar to this, but the Sterling Eccles. So if you watch that video, you'll see that the sort of Sterling Eccles has different upholstery, and it was more it's the Swift Eccles, but they did the Sterling brand more towards I don't know, just slightly different interiors, wasn't it? A slightly funkier interiors.
Were they a bit more expensive new?
About the same price, but it was just the colour scheme. So the difference between where it used to be, where they used to have Sterling and now they've got Swift, it was literally just that the different upholsteries and the different colour schemes, layout and everything pretty much the same. So all of the actual layout. Yeah, somebody's caught that there on the edge. But yeah, so Sterling, when they were producing the Sterlings, they used to just be the slightly different, funkier interiors, which I really like the Sterlings, to be fair, but you get the special editions. So last week we did the Sprite Sienna, which was a special edition, which was again based a bit more along the lines of what the Sterlings used to be.
And that sold within a day, didn't it?
Yeah, that literally put the video on, and that gone within a day. And I've admit when I'm wrong. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that I'm wrong. I'm just saying that I didn't want to buy that Caravan, but Gina decided, or Gina made me buy it.
I didn't force
you. You did. She forced me. She forced me into buying it. There's no other way to put it. She forced me into buying it. And I was a bit reluctant because I'm trying to save my money with the new site. We've got to obviously get a lot of stock for there, as much stock as possible. It's going to end up being not quite as many vans on there as we have here at the moment, but we're going to try and build that up over time. So I was trying to save my money, and it was a big expensive Caravan. It was sort of, I could buy 2 Caravans for what that one's going to cost me, but it sold the next day. So yeah, I've got to admit when I'm wrong. This is the High Style 880 2020. Another cracking van. And today's tip is about your gas.
While we're here though, I just have to say that the difference in the size between those wardrobes and this is absolutely ridiculous.
Well,
that's double the size of that one.
That just about sums up the other half, doesn't it? There's always one that wants a bigger wardrobe and more shoes, and it doesn't matter who the other half is, it's always the same. Yeah.
Yeah, you're the one with all the shoes.
Oh, true, yeah. So, back onto the gas. As I say, we've had the other couple of vans that we've been starting to stockpile off-site so that they don't get sold. So when we do open the new site, we can ship everything over there. And we've got some stock just to go straight off with. But we've been doing some PDIs and whatever, so I've been doing little snippets of things that we've been coming across and little tips. So coming up is the little tip from that on the gas.
What are you doing with that pipe?
I'm just checking the age, because we need to check the age of our high pressure gas hose. We also need to check the date on our regulator, because every 10 years these are going to need to be changed, or if we've got any damage to the pipe. So if you see any cracks or anything on the gas pipe. Now on this one we've got high pressure LPG HDG 06 2017. So this is when the actual pipe was manufactured, was 06 2017, so 2023 now, so we're just coming up to 5 years. Now these are okay up to 5 years.
You said coming up to 5 years old, it's coming up to 6 years old.
Oh yeah, 2023 now, aren't we?
Yeah.
So this hose is coming up to 6 years old now, and these have to be replaced. Just giving it a real good check, make sure that there's no cracks or anything like that on the pipe work. And then once we've checked that and made sure that that's all okay, we want to be looking on the actual regulator. Now on this particular one, if we look at the very underneath of it, at the very bottom you should be able to see that we've got a 13 Now what that means is that the actual manufacture date of this regulator was 2013. So again, we're now 2023, so that regulator is now 10 years old. So that is basically at the point where we need to change it. So it needs a brand new regulator fitting onto there because that's 10 years old. So worth just double checking on your Caravan, even if you've had it serviced. And they should put it onto your service sheet, the manufacture date of your gas hose and your regulator, but it's worth just having a quick look yourself and just making sure that either your pipe isn't out of date or the actual regulator is itself. So this one, we need to swap it, we need to order a new regulator and get that replaced.
And I guess that's a job for a service engineer.
Again, yeah,
rather than yourself.
it's going to need to be gas checked again once that's been replaced. So again, yeah, really service engineer is the one to replace that, and then you can do a gas check, make sure you've got no gas leaks anywhere. So yeah, even if you've been having your van serviced, make sure, have a good visual check. It should be on your Caravan service sheet, and it should tell you what age your gas pipe is and also what age your regulator is. So double check on the service sheet. If you've not had it serviced, just give it a visual check, and hopefully there's got a little picture coming up that was in there, and it sort of shows you at the very bottom what the date was. I think on the particular one it says 13, so it's just coming up to 10 years old, so needs changing. Hopefully you've enjoyed this bit of an update of how it's been going, what's been going on and what is coming up. I've got a few more review videos coming out this week. If you want a hitch cover, send us an email and we'll send you an invoice, and we can get that then posted off to you. But yeah, pretty much it. Thanks for watching. I'm Mark at the Caravan Place.